For more than a decade, U.S. soldiers have been fighting in Afghanistan. Well, now the war is coming to a close and our soldiers are coming home.
But many are still there, Joe, and for their families, the worry and the uncertainty continues. KTVA 11's Bonney Bowman shows us how an Alaskan family deals with the distance.
You want to do bubbles? Yeah.
19-month-old Skylar Nephew loves bubbles. He and his mom, Bonnie, play together every day at their Eagle River home. But there's one thing Skylar loves more.
Do you want to watch a video, Daddy?
Daddy?
Yep.
Staff Sergeant Patrick Nephew is deployed to Afghanistan for 9 months. The toddler hasn't seen his dad in a while.
Yeah. For about a week after he left, he was so clingy and he would cry, and I didn't know what it was. And it wasn't until I was holding him and we went by one of those pictures on the wall, and he pointed at it and said, "Daddy," and I realized I think that he misses his dad. I spent so much time preparing myself to be strong that I didn't realize I need to prepare my son also.
It's Skylar's first time missing Dad, but it's Bonnie's third time being away from her husband. He served one tour in Iraq, and this is his second in Afghanistan. She says parts of it get easier every time.
You know that when they first get there, you may not talk to them for a couple weeks. You know that when they do call, they're probably going to be really tired, and it may be at different weird hours, and the phone may have a bad signal.
What doesn't get easier? Dealing with life's tragedies alone.
Right after he left, we found out that we were pregnant, and I actually ended up losing the baby at 18 weeks.
Patrick came home for emergency leave, but soon had to head back to the war zone. Sitting in their living room, Afghanistan is a world away for Bonnie and Skylar. But the danger is never far from her mind. Bonnie says she had to accept she has no control over her husband's safety.
He could just as well get hurt driving to work on the Glen as he could being in Afghanistan.
Patrick is an Army engineer. He clears roadside bombs planted by Taliban insurgents.
I remember last deployment he was calling me and he was saying, "I don't know if I'm going to come home." And he would tell me that. And I always tell him now that he's a dad, it's really cool, as I say, God didn't make you this amazing of a father just to take you away before you can really be a father. Who is that?
They support each other thousands of miles apart.
Oh, you talking on the phone?
Every day that passes is a day closer to Patrick coming home, a day closer to being reunited as a family. Until then,
oh, kisses.
Pictures and video will have to do. Bonney Bowman, KTVA 11 News, Anchorage.
Staff Sergeant Patrick Nephew is serving with the last group of Alaskan soldiers stationed in Afghanistan. The U.S. Army is starting to leave the country ahead of the total withdrawal deadline in 2016. Now, coming up tomorrow night, we'll tell you when Patrick is coming home and how KTVA is covering the return of our hometown heroes. You can also follow along on Bonnie's trip by clicking the A Military Life tab on the main banner of KTVA.com.